you being and never following through on your threats. You could do the last fucking shit and he'll respect you, at least. This one, respect goes out the window. This applies to you, to your partners. This applies to your parents. And it's very simple. You forgive too much and you don't say what you're gonna do. You have to be careful with threats, you know?
Outcome dependent. When you focus on an outcome, you're not enjoying the process. Learn how to enjoy the process rather than just wanting the outcome. When you enjoy something, it means you enjoy every second of it. Most of the time you're not enjoying yourself. Most of the time you're working for something. You're working for the relationship. You see, and you fail to notice that enjoying the process of building a relationship is what makes a relationship. And it's counterintuitive, but that's how you got to do it. And in order to get the relationship with a guy, you got to stop. That has to be the last thing that's on your mind.
Showing interest too fast. Control your emotions. Stop pursuing the guy. Stop trying to make things happen. Let it happen. As a woman, all you got to do is just be there. Where you guys go wrong is when you guys try to take the initiative into your own hands. That's where you guys go wrong. Because then you guys try to initiate everything. That kind of stuff puts pressure on a guy, and it just makes you look weak. Plain and simple. Makes you look desperate. Okay.
The biggest mistake that women do on dates is this: revealing your intentions too early. Now, a lot of women might think that they're setting their standards, setting their boundaries by telling the guy. But this is the thing, is that I understand where this is coming from, right? You're really trying to tell the guy, look, today I just want to get to know you. I just want to understand you. I just want to chat. And that's fine. And that's pretty good. I don't mind. But the problem is that it's not that you're not setting your standard. It's that you're taking away from the mystery. It's a lot better to let them find out subtly than to let them find out directly.
Maybe. When a woman says maybe, or I'll let you know, you know, then let her let you know. Be polite. Say no problem. Don't worry about it. Let me know when your schedule clears up, and then you pull away. Then you stop initiating contact. You're gonna be distant. You're gonna keep the conversation short, and you're not gonna ask her questions on texting. You're gonna be polite, respond to her, but you're not gonna engage, and you're gonna take your time to respond. Not too much, but 1 or 2 hours. But you're gonna respond, and you're gonna be polite, and that's that. Oh, you're not gonna ask her out. You say, let me know when your schedule clears up.
Never say no, even if it's on purpose. Look, sometimes when you like somebody, you're more agreeable. When you like somebody, you're charmed by them. And so you're more open to say yes, right? And even though you sort of think you agree with him, a lot of the times when you're always saying yes to somebody that you like, a lot of the times you're not aware of it, but you're having cognitive bias. Like you have a bias. Like, if there were somebody else, you wouldn't say yes to half of the shit that they would say that you would say yes to. And so what you have to learn to do is say no. Even though you don't feel like saying no, maybe you should say no periodically, even if you really want to say yes, because it actually raises your value. A woman who loves them. A good man finds this attractive, and the reason why it is because a lot of guys, when you fully love a guy, right, and when you kind of like act submissive with him, a lot of guys will take that for granted. And a lot of women complain that the more they love the guy, the more they're not appreciated. The issue is not that. The issue is that, one, possibly he could be doing too much, and two, he's just not a good person. He cannot appreciate the good things in life.
And the last but not least, it's when you have no life. It's one that takes a while to realize. It takes like 2 or 3 days to realize that. But when you see that this woman has no life, you have 2 options as a guy. One, use her, or they just leave you as because you're so annoying. But you know what though? When you have no life, the guys will continue to use you because you're always going to be in a position of weakness. Inevitable, you can't avoid it. You have nothing else to do, you know? So what you got to find yourself a life, man. You know, and again, this takes a few dates, and the way they find out is that you're always free. Let me tell you something, man. That's not attractive. And if the guy that you're with does not mind that, then you're with a dude who's a loser. A guy should see that and be turned off by it. And if they're not turned off by it, then it just means that that's who they are.
Letting a man speed things up. You see, a lot of women lose leverage when they let a man speed things up and you don't slow him down. Because even though he's the one that's speeding things up, he expects you to resist. Yeah, he expects you to resist. And when you don't resist, he kind of loses respect for you. A woman who has value will resist. And a guy knows that. So if he speed things up and you're like, oh, that's a little too soon, but I guess. Man, you just lost your value. Because when you slow him down, you actually are pretty much saying, I'm not as into you as you.
Good man will find a woman with good attachment styles attractive. And that is this. If you're not super needy, a good guy will find that attractive. A good guy will find a woman who's independent attractive. A guy who wants to control a woman will find a woman with a good attachment style as a threat. Because he cannot get her to get so emotional where she loses control, right? And this is why all of this comes down to just working on yourself. If you just literally learn to work on yourself through doing yoga, through doing meditation, reading books on how to improve yourself, finding your flaws and reading books on how to fix them, over time you're going to improve yourself. And over time, the right guy will see it.
The first one is this. You're not attractive enough for him. The reason why he ignores you after the first day also is that he just doesn't find you attractive enough for his taste. I mean, it's pretty simple. To me, that has been the biggest reason for me ignoring a woman. It wasn't because she didn't use my tactics. You know, it wasn't because it was because that just didn't find you attractive. It's pretty simple, but I'll tell you what, I'll never tell her that. I'll never tell a woman that. And they'll never tell you that. Guys will never tell you that. Only the psychos who want to hurt your feelings will tell you that.
Being open emotionally too soon, okay, is the first sign of weakness. Being emotionally open too soon is the sign of weakness. Now, why is that? Because it pretty much shows that you don't value yourself as much. I understand when you're at the point where you're trying to speed things up, you're just desperate right there. And sometimes it comes with sex. The problem is that usually a lot of women will open up with sex, will open up emotionally and have sex with them and turn the guy off, but not because the sex turned them off, but because the sex came along with with being emotionally open. And what really turned them off.
If you want to watch more amazing toxic content like this, follow me on my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram. You'll see it right here.
The second one is demanding too much time too soon. That creeps any dude out, especially dudes with options. That creeps them out because it feels like you're trying to be greedy and snatch it from everybody. The way it looks like it is that when on the first date, you're already planning the second goddamn date, you're asking him, what are you doing tomorrow on the spot? Which that just forces me to lie on the spot, you know? And not a good thing to do, man.
So the first thing that men find beautiful in a woman is maturity. A woman that knows what she wants. And maturity also means that you know what you want in terms of me. They're not going to waste their time with your immaturity and your uncertainty because they want peace in their life. They don't want chaos. If you're somebody that brings chaos, that is always arguing, that is always losing control of your emotions, you're only going to attract guys who like that kind of conflict, all right? What you have to do is find a way to actually enjoy having peace.
The first one is this. You're not attractive enough for him. The reason why he ignores you after the first day also is that he just doesn't find you attractive enough for his taste. I mean, it's pretty simple. To me, that has been the biggest reason for me ignoring a woman. It wasn't because she didn't use my tactics. You know, it wasn't because it was because that just didn't find you attractive. It's pretty simple, but I'll tell you what, I'll never tell her that. I'll never tell a woman that. And they'll never tell you that. Guys will never tell you that. Only the psychos who want to hurt your feelings will tell you that.
Arguing on a date, that's the last thing you want to do. Like, don't argue on a date. Like, trust me. Like, even little bits of arguments, you're gonna feel how it affects the date. It really does. Like, nothing makes a dick limper than arguments and alcohol. Like, you don't want any of that. Even politics, talking about politics, don't do that.
The fourth one is his ex. Nothing you can do about that. When he ignores you, it's because his ex is back and she wants something with him again, right? And you ladies, You ladies are the biggest culprit of this. So that's a big one, and that happens to me too. That's actually one of the biggest reasons why women ignore me is their ex. And the truth is, there's nothing I can do about that. Like I've accepted defeat that when it comes to the ex, there's nothing you can do about it. And you're with a guy who's not over his ex. Look, man, like your ego's involved, but you got to realize that it's all in your head. This dude is not special.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one would teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace, and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship, and this a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.